Well, it's a great day to be here with all of you as we kick off what's sure to be a fun and exciting day of softball. Events like this really show what our community is about. Teamwork, good vibes, just enjoying time together outdoors. Whether you're on the field, helping behind the scenes, or cheering from the sidelines, you're a big part of what makes today special. These fields are actually very special to me. I grew up on these ball fields. My dad played multiple times a week. We played in the dirt, the sand, the neighborhood kids. And I don't know if they still do it, but if you got a ball outside, you could bring it to the umpire and get a quarter. But I think in today's economy, that should be $1. So I don't know who your umpire is, but it should be $1. So this sports complex and all its players who have stepped foot on it run deep through our town's history, and I want to thank everyone who has managed to keep it alive and vital to our community. Once again, big thanks to everyone who helped pull this together. It takes a lot of effort, and we appreciate it. Have some fun and enjoy the day.
And the Public Lands and Facilities team, it's my honor to welcome you to the Delgado Sports Complex for the annual Latin Legends Softball Tournament. This tournament has become more than just a competition. It's a celebration of the community, culture, and love of the game. We are proud to maintain this complex so it can serve as a gathering place for family, friends, and players from near and far. Events like this brings energy and life to our parks. And it's inspiring to see now this tradition continues year after year. Special thanks to you goes out to the organizers, volunteers, and teams who make this possible. Best of luck to all the players. Let's play some ball. Thank you.
From Kansas City, Tommy the Gun Garcia was an outstanding pitcher back in the day. There he goes. 1972, he played with the Kansas City Pirates. And in from 1972 to 1997, he played for 25 years. He had 2 MVP pitchers, 3 All-Tourneys, inducted into the Kansas City Softball Hall of Fame in 2025, inducted into the Newton Softball Hall of Fame. And here in Emporia, he started his first championship game. A great tournament for softball and bowling. Great people. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Tommy the Gun Garcia. Into our Hall of Fame from Kansas City, Missouri. Let's give it up for Daniel Salas. Daniel was a great pitcher back in the day, and he was an outstanding player. Daniel, he started around 1970 playing with the Kansas City Pirates and eventually played with the Kansas City Angels, Kansas City Amigos, Kansas City Reds, but his primary team was the Kansas City Aztecas. And he played for 35 years, and his credentials read, he just can't recall how many individual awards that he received, but I'm sure there were a lot. And I'm not positive, but I think he said he's the only person who pitched a perfect game in Newton, Kansas. That's really awesome. And one tournament, while playing with the Amigos, they lost one game on a Saturday, on a Sunday, and he pitched 5 consecutive games with only 15-minute breaks between each game. So he says in his comments, I'd like to thank the Emporia Committee and the Emporia Hall of Fame and recognize especially David and Rachel Rodriguez. And I want to thank my wife, Natalie, for all she has done through these years, and we have just celebrated 50 years of marriage. So let's give it up for Daniel Salas.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
about our third inductee to the Hall of Fame. This man is going down in his, wait a minute now. Just a second. My bad. All right, our next inductee going to the Hall of Fame is one of the coolest dudes you ever want to meet and an outstanding gentleman. Let's give it up for Chris Gonzalez.
Have you stand here first and then okay?
Chris played 1973. He played for St. John the Divine in Kansas City, Kansas. And he started at 16 years old. Played for 36 years in Argentine Eagles, Kansas City Aztecas, and multiple alternate teams for many years and numerous trophies. He was a two-time Hall of Famer in Newton, Kansas, in Kansas City, Missouri, and now in Emporia. Another thing that he did that made him famous, he also refurbished the ball field in the Argentine district of Kansas, in Kansas City, Kansas, and at the Eagles Nest, the American Legion Post 213, and brought back great memories for many old timers who played at the Eagles Nest. Here in Dr. Emporia and playing and competing with all the ball players, then going to Saturday night dances. I met and made lifelong friends from many cities and towns, playing in the Mexican American softball and partying at this Mexican club called the Movida. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Chris Gonzalez. Our fourth inductee into our Hall of Fame. This man is going down in history as one of the best ball players, also known as one of the best Mexican softball hitters. More home runs than anybody else at that time. More triples, more doubles, and more RBIs. Let's give it up for Bustamante. He started with the Kansas City Saints from 1977 to 1978. Then he joined Los Amigos from 1979 to 1995. He was 18 years old. He had numerous alternate trophies, 3 or 4 MVPs, and he went to the Nationals in Salem, Oregon in 1995. And playing at those field where the fans were right behind the fence here in Emporia. Hitting 2 triples in one game, and was involved in memory here eating Mexican food from the houses across the street. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Bustamante. Into the Hall of Fame. This man needs no introduction. This man is going down in history books as one of the best Mexican softball pitchers there was at that time. A very dominant pitcher, a very likable man. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Paulie Hernandez.
Go ahead and turn around, then I'll take you. Turn around. So you got a face.
You gotta act like you're gonna pitch.
All right. Paulie started playing softball in the late 1960s with the Kansas City Bravos. And then in the early 1970s, started playing with the Kansas City Amigos. And he was coached by his father, Paul Waxy Hernandez. He was also a great ball player. Paulie played about 25 years of fast pitch. Paulie won numerous awards throughout his playing days. He has won MVP, most valuable pitcher, named to all tournament teams many a time. Best member of Emporia tournament is winning the tournament and making lifelong friends. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Paulie Hernandez.
Smile, Dad.
Just because they did a lot for the softball and giving back something back to the game. He has done a lot for Mexican softball. A true gentleman. Let's give it up for Rod Martinez.
Smile, Paul. I'm not gonna kill you. I hate you.
All right, Rod has supported the Latin Legends since 2020 on behalf of the Latino Baseball History Project, California State University, San Bernardino since 2012. He's a co-author of the book of the Mexican Baseball in Kansas City. The Emporia Mexican American community supported this tournament, family and friends, far and near, renewing acquaintance with smiling faces. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Rod Martinez.
Go, Rod. Go, Roddy. Go, Rod.
Okay, thank you, David.
Take a picture of all these guys. Thank you. Congratulations. Yeah, all right. Give you more books.